Hello! Welcome to this week's video. For this week, on this very sticky, hot, icky, no good June day, we are doing my book haul for the month of May. I did not mean for that to rhyme, but here we are. So, these are some books from That Never-Ending Story to show off to you, as well as the winner of the last week's giveaway. I'm going to read the back blurbs for you and show you guys off some books today. So, for the first book, we have Jackie Collins' Hollywood Divorces. The late Jackie Collins, R.I.P. She, like me, was a fellow Outlander fan, and we used to like to squee over that, over the beautifulness that is Sam Heughan together. And she was very encouraging to me when I mentioned that I was also an author, and I was just sort of starting out, and she was very lovely to me, and I am still very sad that she's gone. So let's read the back blurb, because she wrote the like pure like glitz, glamour crazy sauce that I love. Now, Hollywood Divorces. I had read Hollywood Wives, and I think I read Hollywood Husband. I know I read Hollywood Wives, and that was bananas. And I think I read Hollywood Husbands, but I'm not 100% sure. But now this is Hollywood Divorces. So, with a sizzling insider's touch that makes all of her bestsellers very addictive, Jackie Collins delivers a page-turning novel of lust, scandal, betrayal, and breakup. Go inside the celebrity marriages of three glamorous women, a beautiful movie actress, a sexy Latina superstar, and a power-hungry director, and unwrap the relationship shockers that even the tabloids don't know. Who's playing who wants out, who gets dumped, and who's doing the dumping. This is domestic drama like never before, and these are Hollywood Divorces. Love it! Love it. Cannot wait to read this one. Next, we have Summer, Sand, Surf, and Secrets by Katherine Applegate. And these are one of those teen romance lines that were very popular like in the 90s, late 80s, that I absolutely loved. And I would love to be able to collect them all, because they were just, there's such nostalgia to me for these teen romances. And let me just see when they were this one was published. 1996. So, back blurb. Summer Smith can't wait to get back to the white hot beaches and brilliant sunshine of the Florida Keys, even though Seth Warner, her boyfriend, isn't returning to Crab Claw Key. Summer knows she won't be lonely. They'll be thinking only of each other, especially now that they're engaged. But Summer isn't prepared to run into Austin Reed from Days of Our Lives. If you know, you know. Comment below if you know who Austin Reed was. The sensitive, gorgeous guy who stole her heart over spring break. Is Seth's ring enough to keep her from Austin's arms? It should be, is Summer's love for Seth enough to keep her from Austin's arms? That's the real question here. And I'm not going to spoil myself. I'm not going to do it. Because I want to see if I like Austin first. Do I want her to end up with him? I don't know. We shall see. Next we have Fyodor Dostoevsky's Crime and Punishment. I'm going to try. I always thought that this was a bigger boy than it is, but I think I'm confusing that with the Brothers Karamazov, which I've seen other booktubers talk about, and that's a big chunky boy. That's like War and Peace size boy, I think. But yeah, it's clearly the classic Crime and Punishment. Let's see if I got... the year that it was published in. Trying to see. No, the Signet edition is 1968, but clearly not that. He died in 1881, and The Brothers Karamazov was published a year before that. And it just mentions in the 14 years before that, he wrote Crime and Punishment, The Idiot, The Possessed, and then The Brothers Karamazov a year before he died. It doesn't mention specifically when he wrote Crime and Punishment. But let's read the back. Crime and Punishment is the story of a murder and its consequences, a tale of suspense without equal. Set in Russia in the midst of its troubled transition to the modern age, the novel's driven young hero, Raskolnikov is a sensitive intellectual driven by poverty to believe he was exempt from moral law. The unforgettable gallery of characters ranging from police inspector to prostitute, from incorrigible sinner to unbearable prig, inhabit the charged atmosphere of a large Russian city in the 19th century. Here, in a brilliant translation by a noted scholar and literary critic Sidney Monis, is one of the world's greatest novels. Crime and Punishment is the supreme expression of an author who explored pathological states and the psychology of high tension, the realm of obsession, the possession, because it was there, one could most clearly and dramatically see the human consequences of an idea carried ruthlessly through to its logical conclusion. For Dostoevsky, an idea always has skin around it and a human personality. So that's Crime and Punishment. Very interested in tackling that one. And just take a drink of very cold water. Next one is Dean Koontz's Mr. Murder. And I enjoy Dean Koontz, his novels, and my sister is a huge Dean Koontz fan. And so I'd like to check his stuff out as well. Martin Stillwater has a vivid imagination. It charms his loving wife, delights his two little daughters, and gives him all the inspiration he needs to write his highly successful mystery novels. But maybe Martin's imagination is a bit too vivid. One rainy afternoon, a terrifying incident makes him question his grip on reality. A stranger breaks into his house, accusing Martin of stealing his wife, his children, and his life. Claiming to be the real Martin Stillwater, the intruder threatens to take what is rightfully his. The police think he is a figment of Martin's imagination, but Martin and his family have no choice but to believe the stranger's threat and run for their lives. But wherever they go, wherever they hide, he finds them. Oh my goodness, this sounds really, really good. And again, I'm not a big mystery person, except for a very select few. And Dean Koontz's books work for me. Karen Slaughter, who is a new author that I discovered, absolutely worked for me with the first novel of hers that I listened to on Audible, Pieces of Her. And Sandra Brown works for me to an extent, as long as her novels involve sort of more along the family secret side of her mystery novels. So looking forward to that. Oh, and John Saul. Absolutely love John Saul. Next we have Linda Lael Miller's The Yankee Widow. Oh, let me see when Mr. Murder was published. Just for my own. 1993. And in 1993, this was his backlist. I imagine 20 years later, it's bigger than that. But yeah. Yeah, The Yankee Widow by Linda Lale Miller, who doesn't always work for me. But whoosh, look at that backlist. Published in 2019. On the eve of the deadliest battle of the war, Caroline Hammond, a widow, is raising her daughter on her Gettysburg farm. With troops and looters roaming the countryside, Caroline must keep her loved ones safe while extending kindness to the neediest around her, including 2 soldiers fighting on opposite sides. But only one, both are wounded, both offer comfort, but only one secretly captures her heart. Still, she must resist in such uncertain times as these. So, Gettysburg, I'm guessing. The Yankee Widow, I'm guessing this is during the Civil War. 2 soldiers on opposite sides. I know that some people don't like love triangles. I love love triangles. Well, I should say I like love triangles. They're, yeah, it depends on, because sometimes the person that you should pick is glaringly obvious, and other times not so much. And I think the best love triangle that I've ever read has to be Twice Loved by Laverell Spencer. Absolutely love that book so much. Laverell Spencers have done a couple of love triangles. There was The Fulfillment, Twice Loved, and yeah, I know there had to be others by her, but Twice Loved is definitely my favorite. The worst love triangle that I've ever read was not even a love triangle, was one of those arabesque press novels that you'd get at like the dollar store, I think for like $1. And it was this black woman who was in love with this white man. And then towards the end, just this random black guy shows up and she picks him. Hated that book. Hated that book. Because we didn't know, dude just randomly shows up out of nowhere. So, not a fan of that one. But the best one was definitely Laverell Spencer's Twice Loved. So, looking forward to this one. Next we have an old school Harlequin Presents. Look at that cover. Look at that cover. And it's published in, how old school are we talking? 1991, originally as a Mills and Boon, which is the UK equivalent of Harlequin. And African Assignment by Carol Gregor. Africa was the chance of a lifetime for a secretary with a bad case of wanderlust. Frankie O'Shea knew Cal Fenton was desperate, or he would never have hired her as his driver on his latest photographic shoot. Women were strictly an after-hours occupation for Cal. He could do well without those sorts of distractions. Frankie hoped her cold, commandeering new boss would warm up now that he was in his element, but nothing seemed to penetrate Cal's tough self-sufficiency. He seemed determined to make things difficult for her. Worse, this clearly wasn't any ordinary assignment. It was fraught with danger, most of it from the disturbing masculine presence of Cal Fenton. So, definitely, he might be an alpha hole. He seems like he will be, but how much of an alpha hole will depend on whether or not I DNF this book, because there's a tipping point for me. There's a line for me. Next we have Elaine Kaufman's The Fifth Daughter, and I believe I read some of the Italian by her, but I don't think that book worked for me. But hopefully this one will. It was published in 2001. The dedication makes me smile. For Percival Livingston Reynolds and his wonderful English name. I love that. Percival Livingston Reynolds and his wonderful English name. That made me smile. Born of tragedy and nurtured by scandal, Marisa, not Marissa, because it's Maresa, Marisa Fairweather was a fifth daughter, all but abandoned by her widowed father. Wild and headstrong, she was fortunate to have Percy Bronwell to keep her from harm's way. Now the childhood friends have grown up, but realizing his love for Marissa is unrequited, Percy enlists in the Royal Navy. Always attracted to the wrong man, Marissa continues her flirtatious ways until increasing gossip dictates a change of scene. She travels to Italy, but old habits are hard to break, and desperate to end another engagement, she pleads for Percy's help. He saves her the only way he can, by offering a marriage of convenience. Yes! Yes! After only one night together, Percy returns to his naval command, and Marissa becomes the woman she was destined to be. Oh, my price sticker is covering the bottom bit of the blurb. Learning that Percy's life is in danger at the hands of the French, she risks something. It's covered. She risks her own life to save him and to give him something he has always given her. Unwavering love. But is it too late? No, it's not too late. I don't believe that. Better not be too late. That's not necessarily a romance. Well, it says historical romance, so I'm assuming that it's not too late. So definitely looking forward to that. I love pining. I love marriage of convenience. And that moment where, like, the one person gets their head out of their ass and realize that the person that they've always wanted was always there all along. So looking forward to that. Next we have Susan Crenard's Prince of Dreams. Dude with a not great haircut, top of a horse. And this one was written in 1995. San Francisco, a beautiful woman risks the ultimate temptation, love with the sensual vampire who's invaded her dreams. San Francisco psychologist, she's a psychologist who's dreaming of sexy vampires. Diana Ransom can't take her eyes off the gorgeous green-eyed stranger, but when she finally approaches him across the smoke-filled room, her reasons have little to do with the treacherous feelings he inspires. Diana suspects that this brooding, enigmatic man is responsible for the disappearance of her fragile young cousin. Desperate to find her and determined to plumb the mystery behind Nicholas Gale's hypnotic charm, Diana will follow him into the velvety darkness and awake to a haunting passion. For Nicholas is no mere human, but a vampire with the power to steal into a woman's dreams and fill her nights with untold rapture. And soon, blinded by an ecstasy sweeter than any she's ever known, Diana will find herself risking her eternal soul for a love that promises to be forever. I'm assuming if he turns her into a vampire. So definitely paranormal. And let me just get my... Next we have Nora Roberts' Jewels of the Sun. Now I have a vague, I recognize this title, but I don't know if it's because I've seen it often or if it's because I've read it. I don't remember if I've read this book and this trilogy. I'm pretty sure I've read one of the books because it's about three brothers, the Gallagher brothers, and I'm pretty sure I've read Sea Swept, which is one in this trilogy. I'm pretty sure, but I don't remember if I've read Jewels of the Sun. So let's check out our public. This was 1999, and this was, she'd already started her J.D. Robb books. And this was her backlist in 1999. It's been about 15 years now. So I think, and as we know, this is Nora Roberts, her backlist is probably this whole book is her backlist. So let's read the back blurb. Determined to reevaluate her life, Jude Murray flees America to take refuge in Fairy Hill Cottage, where she immerses herself in the study of Irish folklore and discovers hope for the future in the magic of the past. Finally back home in Ireland after years of traveling, Aidan Gallagher possesses an uncommon understanding of his country's haunting myths. Although he's devoted to managing the family pub, a hint of wildness still glints in his stormy eyes. And in Jude he sees a woman who can both soothe his heart and stir his blood, and he begins to share the legends of the land with her while they create a passionate history of their own. I'm not 100% sure, but I think there's like a little smidge of paranormal in this series, but I'm not 100% sure. I could be wrong. But this is Jewels of the Sun, and I'm 90% sure that I've read Sea Sweat. Next, we have Dares to Surrender by Lily Feisty. And that is most definitely an erotic romance there. Published in 2010. Art gallery curator Joy Montgomery has never liked her body's generous curves. And she's always been too shy to explore her wild side. I swear to God, if this is a book where half of it is she thinks that she's too fat or too this or too complaining about her body until this hero sweeps in and it's like, oh, clearly this man thinks I'm hot, so I must be sexy. I swear, if that is this, I am going to chuck this book out the window. Because we know how much I hate those books. I hate when it takes a man for a woman to find self-esteem in herself. Hate that. Hate that, hate that, hate that. But we'll continue with the blurb. Art gallery curator Joy Montgomery has never liked her body's generous curves, and she's always been too shy to explore her wild side. But tonight, everything is going to change. Desperate to save her job, Joy approaches bad boy artist Ash Hunter and asks him to exhibit his erotic work at her gallery. Ash agrees on one condition. Joy must pose as his model. But business soon turns to pleasure as Joy experiences a passion beyond her wildest imaginings. And Ash finds more than just inspiration in his voluptuous new muse. And I also hate when they talk about curves, a woman having curves, and it's just that she has big boobs and an ass. When they talk about her curves, but oh, she still has her stomach is like so still flat. So that's not curves. Big boobs and an ass, not curves. So, so this one, I got my eye on this one. I got my eye on this one as a potential DNF, and that might be like not fair to go into it already, thinking that I'm going to toss it out the window. Which, if I don't like it, I won't toss it out the window. I will just mentally bitch slap it and donate it. So, we'll see. The next is The Yellow Bird Sings by Jennifer Rosner. And I believe this is a World War II set novel, published in 2020. As Nazi soldiers round up the Jews in their town, Rosa and her Raza, it's R-O-Z-A with a little dot on top. Raza and her 5-year-old daughter Shira flee, seeking shelter in a neighbor's barn. Hidden in the hayloft day and night, Shira struggles to stay still and quiet as music pulses through her and the farmyard outside beckons. To soothe her daughter and pass the time, Raza tells her a story about a girl in an enchanted garden. The girl is forbidden from making a sound, so the yellowbird sings. In this make-believe world, Raza can shield Shira from the horrors that surround them. But the day comes when their haven is no longer safe, and Raza must make an impossible choice: keep Shira by her side, or give her the chance to survive apart. I think this book is gonna break my heart. Oh my god, this one definitely seems like that it's gonna break me. So, yeah, we shall see how this one goes. And the last book, with a price sticker on the that bothers me, Karen Robards' The Black Swan of Paris, who I believe Karen Robards usually does romantic suspense or just suspense mystery novels, but this one was published. This is relatively new, and I believe by the price sticker, I think I got it at my Rexall pharmacy, so it must be a recent book. Yeah, 2020. So, let's read the back blurb here. Paris, 1944. Celebrated singer Genevieve Dumont is both a star and a smokescreen. An unwilling darling to the Nazis, the chanteuse's position of privilege allows her to go undetected as an ally to the resistance. When her estranged mother, Lillian de Rochefort, is captured by the Nazis, Genevieve knows it won't be long before the Gestapo, not gazpacho, just saying, succeeds in torturing information out of Lillian that will derail the upcoming Allied invasion. The resistance movement must silence her by any means necessary, including assassination, but Genevieve refuses to let her mother become yet one more victim of the war. Reuniting with her long-lost sister, she must navigate the perilous cross-currents of occupied France undetected and in time to save Lillian's life. And it's quoted by Pam Jenoff, who wrote one of my favorite books, The Diplomat's Wife, as boldly conceived and richly realized an emotional and powerful tale. And that's The Black Swan of Paris. You know how much I love my World War II fiction. So, those are the books that I have to show off to you guys. And the winner of last month's giveaway of Susan Elizabeth Phillips' Dream a Little Dream, the winner of that giveaway is I know that I'm going to pronounce this wrong, and I'm sorry. Devanch Jane, 6171. Devanch Jane. Jayen? But anyway, that is the win. They are the winner of the book giveaway for April's book haul, and I will put my email in the description for this video, and you just have to email me your mailing address, and I will send you the book ASAP. Now for this month's giveaway, which the winner will be announced in June, because that's how we do here. It's the current video winner is announced in the next book haul. So for this month's giveaway, yep, Diana Gabaldon's Dragonfly and Amber, Book 2 in the Outlander series. Now, the reason that I'm giving this book away is because I have the TV tie-in version. So I have 2 copies. And I'm one of those people who, this is a great cover, but I'm one of those people who, if there is a TV and movie version, I want that version. Because I'm sorry, Sam Heughan is too fucking pretty to not keep that version. So, I got that version, so that means this one I will be giving away to one of you lucky viewers. All you have to do is leave me a comment in the comment box for this video, and make sure that you're subscribed so that you know in June's book haul video if I chose you, because that's how we do here. This is the video, this is the book haul giveaway for this month, which means you have to watch next month's book haul, because that's when I will pick the winner. Showing you the book now, giving you a month to get everybody who wants to win the book a chance to comment, and then from those people I pick a winner and announce the winner in the June book haul video. So make sure that you're subscribed, and you will find out if you won, if you have left a comment letting me know that you would like to win. So, I guess let's read if you don't know what this book is about. For 20 years, Claire Randall has kept her secrets, but now she's returning with her grown daughters to Scotland's majestic mist-shrouded hills. Here, Claire plans to reveal a truth as stunning as the events that gave it birth. About the mystery of an ancient circle of standing stones, about a love that transcends the boundaries of time, and about James Fraser, a Scottish warrior whose gallantry once drew a young Claire from the security of her century to the dangers of his. Now a legacy of blood and desire will test her beautiful copper-haired daughter, Brianna, as Claire's spellbinding journey of self-discovery continues in the intrigue-ridden Paris court of Charles Stuart, in a race to thwart a doomed Highlands uprising, and in a desperate fight to save both the child and the man she loves. I wish that I could read these books again for like the first time, because reading the back blurb, I'm remembering like what it sort of felt like to first like dip into this world, and that's just, yeah. So if you would like to win, leave a comment in the comment box for this video, and then check out June's book haul video to find out if you won. So that is going to be it for this week's video. I guess follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/authorejamie. Like my Facebook page at facebook.com/authorejamie. And I will talk to you guys next time. Bye!